And good morning and welcome to the VSA Capital 5-Minute Morning Miner. It's the 1st of September. Autumn has officially started. And this morning we've got Ollie because, well, autumn's officially started and Paul's having a tree cut down outside his house to make too much noise to record. Morning, Ollie. How are you?
Hi, Andrew. Yeah, very well, thanks. You good?
Yes, not too bad. Well, actually, I'm not sure if you did cycling this morning. It was a strong easterly wind, headwind, which is always slightly annoying.
Yeah, it's quite tricky this week.
Yeah, there we go. Anyway, let's turn to money. Yes, let's turn to money. These are pretty horrible markets, though, to be working in at the moment. And it was interesting that yesterday, obviously, we put out that fantastic news on Tectonic Gold. Stock price hardly moved. And yet, the value created of the company was, in hundreds of percents, in my view. But there you go. That's the stock market for you. How are we going to excite the listeners today, Ollie?
Well, there's loads of news out, actually. Let's start with Shanghai Mining Club member Galane Lithium. They've been doing some pump testing, which shows really quite impressive commercial flow rates and grades. Looking at the resource and things, they're what you'd expect, but it's a reminder that this is one of the top undeveloped lithium brine projects, and still entirely independent without a strategic partner, but they were testing successfully at 17 to 20 milliliters per second, with grades between 800 and 930 milligrams a litre from one well, and a second one which they did consistently for 72 hours, 20 litres per second at 945 milligrams a litre. But these are top grades and good flow rates, so more testing to come, but really confirming the quality of this project.
I think you hit the nail on the head, that they are still completely independent. They don't even have one strategic shareholder. And I think if you were looking to get involved in a lithium play, you probably should be giving us a call, because maybe we can help you out and help them out. No need to say anything more than that, I don't think. On that note, swiftly moving Ollie.
Well, in London, Rio Tinto and Turquoise Hill look like they may be coming to the end of their saga with a best and final offer agreed in principle at $43 a share, which is sizable premium to the last close that I can see of $36 a share for Turquoise Hill. Although Rio have benchmarked it back to March the 11th when they made their first offer, which was at $25.5, but $3.3 billion valuation there, and that certainty in these markets is probably going to be attractive to shareholders, even though this is dragged out for such a long time. It does need ratification by shareholders with a 2/3 majority, and that vote will probably come in Q4. But it looks like this long-running saga might be coming to a close.
I think in these markets, most people with a nice cash offer are likely to take it. Now, also staying in London, and I know Paul would be wanting to talk about this one, Ollie, because he rather likes the diamond market, but we had some interims, I think it was interims, from Gem Diamonds.
Yeah, they were slightly off, though. Revenue was off slightly, 100 million versus, I think, 105 million the year in the first half last year. That looks like it's been caused by slightly weaker production, although the product mix was pretty similar amongst the size of the higher stones. The weakness in production was actually at the smaller end, so that's why the production volume impact is less than the impact on the revenue. But it has meant that EBITDA's dropped quite significantly from 35 million down to 21 million. Average realized prices were $17.45 a carat versus 18.86 year on year. They're talking about strong pricing, but if you look at the indexes from March, diamond prices have been pulling back. So we'll see what happens in the next auction in September. But it looks like slightly trickier period for gem, possibly for some of the other diamond producers.
You would think in the current environment, you'd think in the current environment that diamonds probably aren't an investor's best friend right now.
Well, it's a funny one, because at the sort of 1 carat level, you do tend to get that sort of gearing to global economy, but when you're in the larger stone section, the exceptional stones, that's the sort of super rich, and that runs in its own atmosphere, apparently uncorrelated to economic trends.
Well, that's probably true, although there are probably less Russian oligarchs buying big diamonds. Who knows? There we go. It's a funny game, diamonds and gemstones, full stop. It's a very different sort of market to the rest of the commodity markets. Okay, what else would you like to have a quick mention on, Ollie?
First Tin have had some numbers back from their drilling since they've IPO'd. Numbers look pretty impressive. 73 meters at 0.49% tin, which is a really thick intercept, and it's higher than the resource average of 0.27% tin. So you're looking at expansion of the resource, a potential high grade core, and also with that sort of thickness underground, possible bulk mining, which would obviously be cheaper than cut and fill or some other targeted selective underground mining method. But that's pretty encouraging.
Yeah, I mean, at first it's a pretty good business thing, isn't it? And I mean, the fundamentals of the tin market haven't really changed. It's just that all the froth has come out of it, perhaps. When first tin floated at, I think it was around 30p or something. Certainly opened up at that about in April, now down to 13p. I mean, the market's just gone right off it. But as I say, the fundamentals haven't really changed. I think we remain still pretty excited about anybody who can find a good tin mine.
Yeah, and I mean, tin's obviously a lot smaller market, so the trading in smaller volumes makes a bigger difference in the price compared to some of the others that are exchange trading. This year, you've had the impact of sort of commodity funds and things that are passive buyers buying into the smaller metals like tin because the price was going up so high, but then it's been a hindrance on the downside if they sold off so much quicker for the same reason.
Oh well, anything else you want to mention this morning? As you say, there's lots of little snippets and things, but
I think that's probably about it. Yeah, everything else is quite small. We could be here all day going through all the little bits.
Well, if anybody wants to talk the little bits, then just contact us directly, but we'll call it a day there. And tomorrow's the end of the week, so at least you're getting there. Thanks, Ollie.
Cheers.